Welcome to my Vocaloid tuning tutorial. It's late at night and I can't record my voice, so I'm using a voice of a Skyrim guard instead. I'm using the song Meltdown for this. Here's what it sounds like with no edits. So firstly, I set the pitch bend sensitivity to 2. This means it can only go 2 semitones above and below the note you are tuning. Since the pitch bends in VOCALOID are a bunch of trial and error, I find this is a lot easier for me to keep things in pitch. After that, I go the brightness setting. I put this all the way up. This is just a personal stylistic choice. You can skip this if you want, but it gives the voice a bit more energy. Another stylistic choice that I make in most of my covers is to turn the gender factor up a little. This makes the voice a bit deeper and more mature sounding. If you like other voices, feel free to put the gender factor down a little. Now on to the actual tuning. First I like to add a bunch of smaller notes around. You will find that this strengthens the vowels and makes the pronunciation stronger. It also gives the voice more power and clarity. How long the extra notes are, and where you place them within the other notes, can have different effects depending on the voice bank you are using. So feel free to experiment. Most of the time, placing an additional vowel in the middle of a note helps to generally strengthen the note, whereas placing a really short note right at the end of a note, or right at the start of a note, will make the transition between the two notes a lot snappier, which can sometimes be a great effect. If my VS Code file has a pretty long note which is not connected to any other notes, I'll almost always place a tiny note at the end of it. I think it gives a great sound. Once I've finished placing my additional notes, to make every note sound much stronger, I go to the pitch bend parameter, and now I start tuning the notes with pitch bends, the same way I would in other vocal synth softwares. I use the cursor to help guide me on where I'm drawing my pitch bends. I like to mess around and draw random stuff, because sometimes it ends up sounding good, but other than that I just draw shapes, which reach the very top and bottom of the pitch bend parameter, so that I only change the pitch by 2 semitones. If you want to go lower or higher than that, feel free to do that by putting notes on the pitch you want, then add pitch bends on top of it if needed. Once I've finished adding my pitch bends, I add vibrato. To do this I don't use the default vibrato tool. I use a plugin called expressive vibrato. I've added its download link in the description. First I select the notes I want the plugin to add the vibrato to. Then I open the plugin. This is what the plugin looks like. This sometimes takes some trial and error. Mess around with the settings until you get your desired vibrato sound. The plugin adds a vibrato shape to the pitch bends, dynamics, gender factor, etc. Anyways, I add my vibratos and smooth out the pitch bend shape, if needed. After I finish tuning to my liking, add some final touches in the dynamics parameter. I don't really have a method for this. I just lower and raise the voice volume in places that a real vocalist might. For example, I do a quick drop at the start of long notes to give the vocals a more dramatic effect. You can also mess around with the brightness parameter to change how intense the voice sounds too. Lowering the brightness is great when you need a softer or darker sound to the voice. Once I've done all of this, I just listen back a few times and maybe do some quick edits to some parts of the song here and there. So yeah. That's pretty much how I tune vocals in VOCALOID 4. I hope this tutorial helped you learn a thing or two, or helps you to speed up your tuning process one day. Thank you for watching. Feel free to check out some of my covers on my channel. May toes guide you.